The world. He said that he will not condone the relitigation of proven cures, and neither will millions of Americans. He goes on to say that he has told colleagues the shackles are off. He has said that.
I guess the answer to your question, Pamela, is we will see. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that he wants to do with regard to disrupting the things that would make America healthy again.
Welcome, Patriots, and in today's videos, you will see Mitch McConnell, the notorious and eternal traitor, joining the infamous and controversial Democrats to attack Robert Kennedy Jr., Trump's latest appointment for Secretary of Health. Mitch McConnell will be exposed in this shocking revelation video, and his true face will shock you. And there's also the media celebrating Mitch McConnell's betrayal to attack Robert Kennedy Jr. and undermine his appointment. Check it out. Stop everything you're doing, because it will leave you speechless.
We have breaking news at CNN. RFK Jr. is now confirmed as HHS Secretary. CNN's Manu Raju and CNN Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta joins us now. First to you, Manu. A few weeks ago, it was uncertain whether he would have the votes to get confirmed. He clearly did, and now he has been confirmed as HHS Secretary.
Yeah, and the one big reason why there were a lot of questions was just because of all the public statements that he had made questioning vaccines over the years, questioning their safety, suggesting that there was a link to childhood autism, and not accepting the science that debunks that notion that there is a link between the two. But even though he, at his confirmation hearing, struggled on the question of vaccines linked to autism, hedged on that question, and it caused concerns among one key Republican senator, Bill Cassidy. Cassidy ultimately voted yes, despite being a medical doctor, despite having his own reservations, because Kennedy made commitments to him that he would not try to undermine vaccines and that he believed in the safety of vaccines, walking back some of his past statements of sorts. That was enough to win over most Republican senators. That won over Susan Collins of Maine, another swing vote. Also, Lisa Murkowski, someone who said that she still harbors some concerns about RFK Jr.'s views on vaccines. And we just asked her moments ago, I said, how do you trust him on this issue? He said, by oversight. We're going to oversee what he decides to do here on these issues. She gave her some commitments as well. There was one very significant defection here in the United States Senate. That was Republican Mitch McConnell, the former GOP leader, someone who just put out a scathing statement about RFK Jr.'s views about the issue of vaccine. I'm going to read you part of it, Pamela. He said that he noted that he's a childhood survivor of polio, and he talked about how vaccines have saved millions of lives around the world. He said that he will not condone the relitigation of proven cures, and neither will millions of Americans. He goes on to say that referring to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a record of trafficking in dangerous conspiracy theories and eroding trust in public health institutions does not entitle Mr. Kennedy to lead these important efforts, referring to efforts to try to treat illnesses and disease. He goes on to talk about the efforts to try to deliver on vaccines. He says, Mr. Kennedy failed to prove he is the best possible person to lead America's largest health agency. Now, McConnell is in it.
It's unbelievable to see how Mitch McConnell, who benefited so much from Trump, is now turning his back on him. Now, the leftist media, of course, as always, is elated. But we will never forget this betrayal. Discover the real truth behind Mitch McConnell's betrayal and how Trump is planning to retaliate, unveiling his strategy. What we are going to reveal here will shock you.
Is it a twilight of his political career of sorts, stepping aside from Republican leadership where he ushered through much of the Trump agenda in his first term. There's a falling out, of course, in the aftermath of January 6th. And now he has stepped aside as Republican leader as a member of the rank and file. He has told colleagues the shackles are off. He has said that to his colleagues, and very clearly, this is the third Trump nominee that he has voted against. He is the only Republican senator to vote against more than one Trump nominee. And the other two ones, of course, Tulsi Gabbard to be the Director of National Intelligence, that happened yesterday, and Pete Hegseth to be the Secretary of Defense. Now with his opposition to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., that makes him three nominees that he has voted against, a major signal to the Trump administration, but still not enough to stop RFK Jr. from getting this important post. He was just confirmed 52 to 48, 52 Republicans voting in support of his confirmation, 48 Democrats opposed, 47 Democrats, and Mitch McConnell opposed.
All right, there you go. Sanjay Gupta.
Mitch McConnell claims that he opposes Robert Kennedy Jr.'s views regarding the vaccines. But we all know that this is just an excuse that in reality, Mitch McConnell is upset and resentful towards Trump, and that's why he's trying to sabotage his administration. But Trump, we already know, right? He's a fighter, and he won't let this betrayal by Mitch McConnell go unpunished. See how Robert Kennedy Jr. will revolutionize American healthcare and, in the process, challenge the system. Now, notice the media hysteria. In this video, they are about to go crazy over this new hire by Trump.
Ewan, what kind of an impact could RFK Jr. have as HHS Secretary on certain health issues, including vaccines?
Well, I think there was two prevailing themes. One was the theme of, making America healthy again, which had pretty broad support. Frankly, had a lot of echoes of what we've heard in the past from like the Let's Move campaign from Michelle Obama, for example. But that, that has broad support, trying to make people healthier. We spend a lot of money on healthcare. We don't see enough in return for those dollars. I think this issue of vaccines was the linchpin.
Despite Mitch McConnell's position and the media, Robert Kennedy Jr. has been confirmed as Trump's new Secretary of Health and will revolutionize healthcare in America. He will challenge the system, expose corruption, and defend the freedom of choice regarding vaccines. And this has left the left terrified. And don't miss it, because in this video, we will also reveal Trump's strategy to get back at Mcconnell and how Trump is certainly working to rebuild the Republican Party. It will certainly change your perspectives.
And, we got a sense of it, during the confirmation hearings of where this was headed, especially after Senator Bill Cassidy came out and voted for him in that procedural vote, but also said, a couple of things. He said, as you can see on the screen there, after speaking with Kennedy, he said that there was assurances that he was going to work within the current approval and safety monitoring systems. He was going to maintain something that we reported a lot on, what is something called ACIP. That's an advisory group on vaccines. And also the language even on the CDC's website, it would continue to say that vaccines don't cause autism. Now, these were assurances that Kennedy gave to Cassidy. They're not enforceable. We'll have to sort of see how that plays out. So I guess the answer to your question, Pamela, is we will see. I think there's a lot of things that he wants to do with regard to disrupting the things that would make America healthy again. With vaccines, if I had to sort of predict, I don't think that there would be that much of an impact on the childhood vaccine schedule, for example. And as Manu just pointed out, there's going to be a lot of oversight around that very specifically.
And Trump will not let this betrayal go unnoticed. No. He will use his influence to expose the true face of Mitch McConnell and hold him accountable for his actions. The Republican Party indeed needs strong and steadfast, loyal and dedicated leaders. And truly, Mitch McConnell does not fit into that. Mitch McConnell allied with the Democrats to attack Robert Kennedy Jr. and thus sabotage Trump's administration. But his betrayal will not go unpunished. And if you believe in a better future for America, just like me, and that freedom of choice must prevail, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, share your opinion with your friends, and stay here with us because we will always be defending conservative values. Thank you all. Until our next meeting.